Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a matter of great privilege to have this opportunity to welcome this august gathering of distinguished diplomats, noted intellectuals, scholars and thinkers, friends of India, and my Indian friends. Today is the 125th birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar devoted his life for equality and human rights for all. He championed the cause of the weakest sections of the Indian society and through the Constitution ensured that everyone's rights are legally protected. I welcome you all to the event with the hope that the recalling of the thoughts behind the Indian Constitution will make you understand better why certain provisions exist therein and also how our friends from other countries look at the essentials of the Constitution. I would now request His Excellency, Ambassador of India, Mr. Vinod Kumar, to begin the program with his presentation.
I am delighted to welcome you today as we observe the 125th birth anniversary of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. I am thankful to Dr. Tamara Khojaeva from the Tashkent State Institute of Oriental Studies and Janab Khurshid Rustamov from UNDP for agreeing to share their thoughts with us on this occasion. Dr. Ambedkar emphasized that political democracy cannot last unless there lies at the base of it social democracy, which recognizes liberty, equality, and fraternity as the principles of life. The Indian Constitution enshrines fundamental rights of citizens which are justiciable in a court of law. The Constitution also includes directive principles of state policy, which contains obligations of the state towards its citizens. Dr. Ambedkar said, "What are called directive principles is simply another name for instruments of instructions to the legislature and the executive as to how they should exercise their power." Dr. Ambedkar took an integrative approach to the drafting of the Constitution. The draft Constitution prescribed single citizenship, a single judiciary, and uniformity in fundamental laws to integrate Indian society, which at that time was divided into caste, class, regions, religions, and languages. The issue of the political, social, and economic exclusion of a large part of our population was addressed through a policy of positive action in the Constitution. Dr. Ambedkar believed that strong, independent institutions constituted the fundamental pillars of a democracy, and it is they who would ensure its survival. Dr. Ambedkar studied existing constitutions across the world. He also drew from past Indian experience like the Buddhist Sangha practice of voting by ballot, rules of debate and precedents and the use of agendas, committees and proposals to conduct business, system of governance followed by republics of ancient India such as the Shakyas and the Lichavis. Dr. Ambedkar believed that the success of the Constitution ultimately depended on the people. We, the people of India, must make all efforts to make our nation and our democracy stronger. The anniversary celebration gives us an opportunity to rededicate ourselves to the ideals and spirit of the Constitution. The Government of India has declared that his birth anniversary will be celebrated as Samrasta Divas or Harmony Day. Today, his birth anniversary was celebrated across India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also visited his birthplace for a function there. I thank all of you for participating with us in today's celebration. Rahmat.
Thank you, Excellency, for a very informative presentation on the Indian Constitution. With the words of Ambassador still fresh in our mind, I would like to take this opportunity to present a documentary, an abridged version, on Dr. Ambedkar's contribution to the Constitution of India. The duration is approximately 10 minutes. Please.
Dr. Ambedkar was invited to the Roundtable Conference in London in September 1930 as a representative of the depressed classes. Dr. Ambedkar pleaded at the conference that the bureaucratic form of government in India should be replaced by a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Dr. Ambedkar used all his erudition and skill to champion two causes: India's freedom and safety, and the protection of the depressed in a free and democratic India.
The enormity of the task can be gauged from the fact that the Constitution needed to address the aspirations of a newly independent nation with vast economic differences, from ruling nobility to peasants. And then there was diversity of languages. The Indian Constitution recognizes 22 languages. And another factor which made the task even more difficult is the multitude of the religions in India. India consists all the religions like Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Jains, Buddhists, Jews, Zoroastrians, being some of the prominent ones. And at the same time, the Constitution needed to ensure equality for all. May I now request Mr. Khurshid Rustamov from UNDP to please share his thoughts on making of a Constitution. Thank you.
Good evening, Your Excellency Ambassador Kumar, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In the United Nations, we believe that far from being a theoretical exercise, it is difficult to overstate the importance of constitution making. A strong constitution is the backbone of a democracy. In many instances, constitutions enshrine the fundamental freedoms cherished by millions of people around the world. Constitutions define the rights enjoyed by citizens, thereby penetrating every sphere of life, from human rights and political participation to distribution of resources. As the UN experience shows from different parts of the world, constitution-making process is an arduous effort to ensure transparent and inclusive processes and to develop a broad-based national vision across society and cast this into compelling legal terms. From the UN perspective, it is also important that constitution making ensures alignment with human rights and other international standards. The constitution and the constitution making process in India can be shown as an example of inclusive and participatory process, which benefited from the invaluable contribution of Dr. Ambedkar. We think it is not exaggeration to say that passionate belief of Dr. Ambedkar in individual freedoms and non-discrimination was key in terms of alignment of this document with international standards. On this important occasion, let me extend my respect to all the guests and wish the people of India well-being and prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rustamov, for sharing the thoughts on the UN's and international community's perception about what a constitution should be like. Thank you again. May I now request Ms. Tamara ji, the Indologist.
Your Excellency, Uzbekistan में भारत के राजदूत श्री विनोद कुमार जी, Your Excellencies और आदरणीय अतिथियों, ladies and gentlemen, भारत स्वतंत्र होने के बाद पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने कहा कि अपने देश की जानकारी और उसका साहित्य वो घर है जहाँ मनुष्य रहता है, पर इस घर की खिड़कियाँ दूसरे देशों की जानकारी की ओर खुलती है। जो मनुष्य अपने घर की खिड़कियाँ बंद कर लेगा, उसे कभी ताज़ी हवा में सांस लेना नसीब नहीं होगा। ज़िंदगी को सेहतमंद रखने के लिए ये ज़रूरी है कि हम अपने घर की खिड़कियाँ खोल कर रखें। और इन शब्दों का भड़कीला उदाहरण भारत का संविधान है, जिसके चौथे भाग में लिखा हुआ है, भारत राज्य राष्ट्रों के बीच न्याय संगत और समन्वयपूर्वक संबंधों को बनाए रखने का प्रयास करेगा।
Your Excellency, Ambassador of India in Uzbekistan, Your Excellencies and dear guests. Soon after India became an independent country, Jawaharlal Nehru said, "Knowledge of the country, its language and literature, this is the house in which one lives." However, the windows of this house are open towards the knowledge of other countries. The man who closes the windows of his home, he doesn't have an opportunity to breathe fresh air. It's necessary for us to live with the windows open to save this life. It was proved in the first part of the Constitution.
और भारत देश के पूरे और मूल जानकारी तो देश का संविधान दे सकता है, जिसमें हर एक नागरिक के अधिकार और कर्तव्य लिखा गया है। भारत के संविधान की उद्देशिका में लिखा हुआ है कि भारत के समस्त नागरिकों सामाजिक, आर्थिक और राजनीतिक न्याय, विचार, अभिव्यक्ति, विश्राम, धर्म और उपसंग की स्वतंत्रता प्रतिष्ठा प्राप्त कराने के लिए और उन सब में व्यक्ति और राष्ट्रीय एकता और अखंडता सुरक्षित करने वाले बंधुता बढ़ाने के लिए ये संविधान 24 जनवरी सन 1950 को लागू हुआ है।
The Constitution provides with full awareness, a clear knowledge of the country. The rights and obligations of every citizen are described in it. The introductory part of the Constitution states that the Constitution of India was adopted on January 26, 1950, to grant all citizens of India and each of them the rights of religion freedom, work, expression of their opinion, the rights of political, economic, and social justice, as well as to protect the unity of the state and people, its integrity and solidarity.
65 सालों के दौरान देश में सामाजिक समानता लाने के लिए भारत सरकारें प्रयत्नशील रही हैं। पिछड़े वर्गों को सामाजिक और राजनीतिक संरक्षण प्रदान करने, उनको सामाजिक न्याय प्रदान करने और समानता की रेखा में लाने की दिशा में गंभीर प्रयत्न किए गए हैं। आर्थिक सहायता लाने के लिए गरीबी की रेखा से नीचे रहने वाले के लिए विभिन्न प्रकार की आर्थिक सहायता की गई है।
65 years after the adoption of the Constitution, a lot was done, especially in the field of political and social protection of the underserved population. Many serious steps were taken to provide social justice and equal rights. Many things have been done in terms of providing economic assistance to the various people who are below the poverty line.
जवाहरलाल नेहरू के शब्दों से समाप्त करना चाहती हूँ। उन्होंने कहा, मेरी दुआ है भारत देश की खिड़कियाँ दूसरे देशों की जानकारी की ओर हमेशा खुलती रहे और उनकी ज़िंदगी सेहतमंद हो। और हम उज़्बेक विद्वान और अध्यापक आज भारत संविधान के लेखक को रामजी अम्बेडकर को याद करके ये इच्छा करते हैं, ये अभिलाषा करते हैं कि भारत का वर्तमान सुखद और वैभवशाली हो और भविष्य उसके ऊपर स्वर्गिक आनंद की वर्षा करे।
As per Jawaharlal Nehru, I pray that each person has his own house, and let the windows of the house and my country be opened in the direction of knowledge in other countries. Recalling Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, the author of the Constitution, we scientists and teachers wish that India nowadays will be happy and prosperous, as well as its future will be sprinkled by the rain of joy and prosperity.
धन्यवाद।
Thank you.
Yeah, with that we come to the end of the official function for the day. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the speakers for enhancing our knowledge about the Constitution, the Ambassador, Mr. Rustam and Tamara ji. Thank you very much. And all other guests who are here, who made this program a success, I would like to thank them heartily because they have taken the time out of their busy schedule to be present here with us to celebrate an occasion which is dear to all the Indians.